What's going on today, guys? We got an exciting recipe for you. We're making chicken pot pies. Ever been to the Midwest? You're likely to have encountered a chicken pot pie then. I think it's a Midwestern thing. It's probably just any kind of cold climate. We like our pies with meats and stuff. That's what we do. So today we're making chicken pot pie. It's actually going to be a little bit of a shortcut. It's not going to be a full pie crust. It's going to basically be the filling of a chicken pot pie topped with a biscuit. So we're gonna start with the biscuit. It's a simple almond flour biscuit recipe. We have recipes for these on our food blog, and these are delicious. Easy way to start is we're just gonna need 2 tablespoons of butter, melted. I'm gonna pop that in the microwave. I don't know if you guys have ever been to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. A lot of you guys might not even know that there is an Upper Peninsula to Michigan, but this is where I went to college, and they're obsessed over pasties. It's like a pie that is filled with potatoes and like other root vegetables, basically. The miners used to eat it. You guys are learning stuff. So to this, the melted butter here, we're gonna add 3/4 of a cup of almond flour. And the almond flour I like to use is basically the finest ground almond flour you can find. To this mixture, we're gonna add some baking powder, about 1 teaspoon. And then we're gonna do a teaspoon of dried parsley. It doesn't add like a whole ton of flavor, but it does add some color and it looks nice. You're gonna need 1 egg. And then simply just beat that together. This is gonna form your batter. And then one last thing that you can add, it's kind of optional. I actually do this with all the bread we make now because it cuts through like a little bit of the egg flavor. If you add just like the smallest amount of stevia, like I'm gonna do 2 or 3 drops here, that will eliminate a lot of the egg flavor and it just makes it more neutral overall. It doesn't really make it sweet at all. So just mix this together. I'm gonna use a cookie scooper to scoop out 4 even sized biscuits here. They're gonna be pretty small. And if you guys don't have a cookie scooper yet, what are you doing with your life? You could throw some cheese in these too. And then I'm just gonna like kind of flatten these out. I think you want more of a flat top for the pot pie. Yeah, we used to always have banquet chicken pot pies. I was not really the biggest fan. Comment below with what you guys think is the coolest thing about the Midwest. And we're gonna pop these in the oven at 350 degrees for 15 to 18 minutes. Okay guys, here we are with phase 2 of the chicken pot pie concoction. What we have is our chopped up veggies. So we got celery, we got carrots, mushrooms, and you're supposed to use onions, but all we had is shallots, and they're also relatively old shallots, but that's what you gotta do. Got to use up your old ingredients. So
I bought them yesterday.
They didn't feel that fresh.
At Whole Foods.
Okay, so we're using shallots. And then we also here have a 1.5 cups of chopped cooked chicken. So if you don't have cooked chicken, this is like a great leftover recipe, but if you don't have cooked chicken, you can like quickly roast it, or like rotisserie chickens go great. This is actually chicken from a package. It was like pre-cooked. So to start this, we're gonna cook down the vegetables in some butter. We're gonna start with a 1/4 cup of butter. That's about 4 tablespoons. And to that, we're gonna add our veggies, just all of them right at once. And then one other thing is just a little bit of minced garlic. You can mince this fresh yourself. I'm just gonna use some pre-minced garlic. One thing about garlic, guys, ever since we saw that documentary on Netflix, Rotten, talking about the garlic that's grown in China, they peel them with their thumbs and they lose their thumbnails in China. So this at least says California grown. I guess that doesn't mean it's necessarily California picked.
Tell them what you told me though, when you told me that story.
What did I say?
That they lose their thumbs.
I meant their thumbnails. Biscuits might be done. Biscuits are done. Those are looking lovely. So to the veggie mixture, we're just gonna season it a little bit, a little salt and pepper. Actually, quite a heavy dose of salt and pepper. We are gonna add some chicken broth, so depending on how salty your chicken broth is, gauge your salt here by that, and then some pepper. And we're gonna let this cook down for a couple minutes. Okay guys, so the veggies, they've reduced down, they're nice and tender. We're gonna start adding the rest of our ingredients. First off, we're gonna add our chicken. I like to keep it pretty big and chunky. We're gonna do 1.5 cups of chicken broth, and this is gonna take some time to reduce down. So when you reduce down the chicken broth, it concentrates the brothy flavor, which is nice. And I'm gonna turn the heat up now that we're adding these liquids to high. Gonna do 1/2 cup of heavy cream. Let's talk about this secret ingredient. You guys might know it as X Factor, xanthan gum. This is what we use to thicken up sauces and stuff. So adding this to this mixture is gonna just make it thicker, not as watery, because you know when you're having a chicken pot pie, it has like a nice thick gravy to it. So that is what this is gonna help us achieve. You can overdo it though. If you overdo it, there's no going back. So add slowly. We're gonna add a half teaspoon. And this is something I would never eyeball. You gotta measure it exactly. It really thickens up quickly. And then you wanna stir that in. And yeah, we're just gonna let this simmer for a good 5 minutes now. Okay guys, we're approaching the end here. And look at the work this xanthan gum did. Look how thick this is. It really just does magic. So I reduced the heat down to like relatively low here, and it's just simmering away, reducing. I think we're about good. So I'm gonna plate one of these up. So the very last thing, and this is what really takes your dishes up a notch, some fresh herbs to finish it off. So we got about, say like 2 to 3 tablespoons of fresh parsley here. And just stir that in right at the end. Okay, so I'm just gonna portion this up. I got a small little bowl here. Good serving size. This should make 4 portions. And just serve that up. Yeah, this is 4 solid Midwestern portions. I think my favorite thing about the Midwest, since you guys asked me, is how much Midwesterners really care about what you think about them, but they don't show it at all. People on the coast, it's like very clear. They care a lot about what you think. But Midwesterners, everyone cares. Midwesterners just try to hide it. And then here is the biscuit topper. Plop that right on top. Boom. How good does that look, guys? You could probably spread the biscuit out a little bit more. Use more of a thinner ramekin. I think you just want to kind of like get in there aggressively. No, you really want to get in there aggressively. Here we go. Big boy bite. Whoa. The biscuit is phenomenal. Overall though, this tastes like what I imagine chicken pot pies taste like. Really great. Wintertime, a lot of people are like, what kind of soups and stuff can I make? It's wintertime. This is perfect. Make a big batch. Guaranteed the entire family likes this. Greatly exceeded my expectations. You can also mix and match the veggies. Like if you want to do lower carb, you can remove the carrots. I don't know. I think some people do like peas. What other veggies? You could do broccoli probably. You could do a lot of veggies in there. Give this a try. The link to the recipe, exactly how to make it, all the ingredients, that is in the description of this video. It takes you to our food blog, ketoconnect.net. We got tons of recipes there. I'd say over 300 or so by now. So just search through the recipes, check for ones you want to look for. Also, you can just Google Keto Connect chocolate chip cookies or whatever you're looking for, Keto Connect blank in Google, you'll find it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll come at you with more recipes soon.